Hey everyone, today I wanted to just share a quick little assessment tool with you, something kind of unique and different from the traditional written test that personally I normally rely pretty heavily on in class. And this is something that you can do with students to demonstrate knowledge of all kinds of content, and it is a Google Slides comic. Basically making a little comic strip using images in Google Slides, having each slide be kind of a square of the comic strip. So some of the things that I imagine you could use this for is like in a world language class, you could have students take photos of different scenes that they're acting out and then insert text into those using vocabulary and grammar that they're supposed to be using in class for that particular unit. Another example would be in a history class, maybe reenacting a scene between two historical figures. In a literature class, you could absolutely have them sum up something they've read, act out certain parts of a novel or a short story that they're reading in class. And of course, there are lots of other options too. So the first thing you're going to want to do is divide your class up into groups of 2, 3, 4 students, and then you could have them use existing pictures, pictures of world leaders or pictures of cartoon characters, whatever, or you could have them take photos. And I think it works really well to take photos because they can really get creative with it. But if you're having them take photos, the easiest way would actually be to have the students use a smartphone. In a group of 3 students, it's very likely one of them is going to have a smartphone. They could use a tablet too. Now they could use digital cameras up here in the library and come and get those and just put the photos onto their computer after they take them. But with a smartphone, they can take photos right on here. And with the Google Slides app here, they could actually take photos right on the slides. So usually you're going to want them to create a Google Slides presentation, share it with each member of the group. If they're using a smartphone, they are going to have to use a personal Gmail account because our @grchristian accounts don't really work very well right now on tablets and phones. So they can use a personal Gmail account, share it with that, and they'll be able to take photos right on here. They can add new slides in the app here. You can see here's a comic that I did make. They can add new slides in here. And they can just click on a slide. So if they open a particular slide, they can then click on the little plus button and then insert image, and they can go from photos or from camera. I've had some trouble with the orientation of my camera. I can't seem to get it to go that way, so I just took some with my phone camera, and then I've got a few here that I will demonstrate with. So here are a couple photos that I took, and I'll just insert these in here. There's one, and then on the next slide I'll make it a blank slide, hit that plus button again, and I will insert one more. Alright, so there I've got my photos in my slides now, and I can go ahead and probably works best to edit it on the computer in Google Slides. You can do it in here, but it's easier to do it on the computer. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. So now I've got my Google Slides here. I've loaded it on my computer, and you can see the photos are just there. Here's one that I made with an existing photo, so an example of something you could do maybe in a social studies class. And here's the ones we just took. And so if I wanted to put little speech bubbles in here, the way I would do that is go to Insert, Shape, Callouts, and then I can click one of these styles. I'll just do this one. And there we go, a little speech bubble. And, oops, drag that little yellow thing over here. Probably work best. And I can type in any text to demonstrate my learning. I'm going to demonstrate some of my own learning here. All students are learning at a high level. As I look at my Edify gradebook there, it's maybe not quite true, but I can change the font. I'm going to go with the comic font, make it a little bigger. You can change the color of the font. And there we go. And then my next slide here, a little blurry because I was trying to take it myself with one arm, but insert, Alright, so I went ahead and edited that a little bit, and you can see here I've got my comic that is demonstrating my knowledge of the PLT model, or I don't know, you can kind of mess with that. So again, you want to find a concept that your students could demonstrate knowledge of, and yeah, just let them have fun, let them show what they know in a creative and fun sort of way. It'll be fun to see students sharing these with each other. I'm sure they'll enjoy it. If you want any help with this, Dan Hoekstra or I are very happy to help you. We can sit down with you and write out some clear expectations on an assignment sheet of some kind for what students are required to include in their Google Slide comic. And we can help you even write a rubric if you want to. So yeah, reach out to us and let us know. We're happy to help.